Houston, 4.5 down. 5.5, that feels good. The Eagle has landed. Altitude, velocity light. 8.5 down. 220 feet. We copy you on the ground. 3, 2, 1, lift off.
To deal with, but we're here. We're live. Thank you, Jake. Josh is filling in at the last minute and killing it on the video side of things today. Wow! Thanks, Josh. We got Hannah, of course, hanging out awkwardly positioned right behind my camera here. So just gonna kind of be staring into Hannah's crotch the entire show, apparently, but that's okay. Wow! And we have Jake, our illustrious engineer, in the booth running shit, along with Diego, our studio manager extraordinaire. Thanks for joining, guys. I'm really excited. We have an amazing guest today. It's his second time on the stream. He has a menacing grin behind the he has two menacing grins on screen. I didn't even How are you? Thanks for coming in live.
Yeah, man. It's always a pleasure. Number two.
Oh, nice. That was like one of those subtle East Coast isms. Plus the humidity. We don't have that over here.
That's the real heat.
Another
Makes
Carey.
the place look much bigger.
Wow! It really does. We're just making sure we're getting sound onto the stream. This one is how interior designers
Figures a year.
with this one. Cool. Let's make sure not to talk about anything important until we are sure that this is working. Okay. Do we have sound? Can someone please confirm in the chat?
We have sound.
I don't know if that counts. All right. Well, we'll see. Thanks, Jake, though. So you put out a full-length record in the last, like, 2 months or so. Thanks, Colby.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Ago.
Colby.
3 weeks ago.
Colby's first comment ever on the YouTube chat. Very helpful one. What up? That's the C quadruplex crew right there.
See the fourth power.
So you put out a full-length album. You've played live shows 2 weeks steady at like a pretty major venue in LA. You're kind of killing it. This is like the heyday of Carey Clayton music. Tell us what's going on. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, basically, well, yeah, this year I've been kind of on a real vengeance to like put stuff out. You know, I've been making music with so many people for a really long time as a producer and playing different instruments and writing, but kind of got comfortable singing and I was writing tons of songs. So this year, for the last 12-ish months, I put out an EP and 2 albums, which is just kind of insane. But,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it's having a lot of time. Like I wasn't on tour or doing gigs. Like you just realize how much time you have in a day.
Right, because you were like playing gig, like that was your main thing. Touring, playing shows.
And producing.
Yeah.
But a lot of what I was doing was in person. I was lucky to like pick up a lot of work doing that to keep me going, but still just, even like gigs really take up time, like between rehearsing and just going to a place, sound check, all that stuff. But I mean, yeah, the last couple of weeks actually playing shows, I really miss it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no feeling quite like that.
You mean you miss it? You realize you miss it now that you've been doing it again?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, it's like an even different feeling playing. Like that was my first show as like a front man singing songs, you know.
Right.
And that was like an incredible feeling, and it was so fun.
Oh, was that your first show in this current
That was like
project?
the first Carey Clayton show, yeah.
Cool. Amazing. How'd it go?
Yeah. It went awesome. Yeah, like couldn't have gone more smooth. I've made like a little projector too with some visuals, which would be fun. Just like a little small production angle. Yeah, I've been doing this residency, playing in my buddy's band. His name's Soft Glass, his project name. And that show was opening up for him.
Cool.
But yeah, man, put out this album, and it's been really nice hearing all the heartfelt responses from everything and what it means to people and people's reactions to it. You just always never know when you put something out, especially like when there's lyrics and you're singing. It's like even more vulnerable. You're like, is this any good?
Yeah. Very, and your music is especially vulnerable just in the, you know, the type of music that you make. So I'm sure it's kind of like was it like a leap of faith, just kind of diving into the deep end on that and then getting the stuff out there?
Yeah. But you know, there was definitely like a little bit of a like hesitation about like, man, a lot of this stuff is really personal. It's about some stuff I was going through. Like, and it's always awkward when you're releasing stuff. You're like not in that place anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like as an artist, you're anyone putting out music. At least if you're doing it right, in my opinion, whatever you're making now, like you think is the best shit.
Yeah.
No one ever hears that until like a year later or something. Generally. But you know, it's just like, yeah, this record and these songs represented a feeling and a time of my life that was really important for me to go through and kind of grow up in. And even though I'm not there now, it was like really experience to do it. So, yeah, excited it's out and like sharing it with people.
Great. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to ask you, like you were talking about, and we talked about this a little bit last time we had our first live, and I'm curious now because I've heard so much more of your music. You've put out a lot more of your music since last time we talked, like a full album's worth and a couple singles. Do you feel like your process has changed a lot from when you were working with a lot of artists who like kind of brought songs to you in like a semi-formed way, or even working from scratch with other artists when you weren't really the leading the charge on the lyrics and you were more like taking those lyrical ideas or what was in people's heads and then kind of, you know, being the production squad and trying to like translate those ideas into music? Do you feel like your process has changed since you've been working like ostensibly by yourself more now and in doing the whole process start to finish?
Yeah, I'd say there's kind of two realms to answer that in. Both, well, first I'll say the process, like when it's just me making all this music alone from like, you know, nothing to finished mix, is actually is like kind of awesome in a lot of ways because there's, you know, I love collaborating with people and I still do it and I always will, but there is something like very single-minded and just like hyper-focused that you just can't get when you're working with somebody else
Mm-hmm.
because you just, you know, you got to check in and like make sure it's going in the right direction, but like I just get so flow state if things are going well, you know, and it's not necessarily like okay, we're gonna get like the production down or like some drums down. It's never, there's no formula ever, and it's always
Right.
whatever grabs me and inspires me, and it can take just huge 180 turns. Like, you know, I might have spent a while crafting some section, and it's just like, oh wait, there's like the last little bit of that's the only thing that's good. Let's do that now. And there's no discussion, you know, with anybody. It's just like you can just go really hard and explore these things.
Yep.
Which maybe is also, you know, what fights against you is that you have no one to check you really.
Mm.
And I find process-wise with that, I like, I'm a really firm believer in going with your instinct and gut. Like, you know, at this point, I like really trust my musical instincts on something.
Yep.
And so I'll usually try to see that through as far as I can and get it as far along, and then, you know, bounce out and come back and listen to it. And maybe it's, you know, maybe I hit the mark, or maybe it's like, whoa, actually, you kind of turned too far this way. It like needed to be this thing.
Mm.
But then coming back to like, you know, having had pretty extensive time working by myself, like, you know, every day for the last 18 months, bringing that back into collaborative sessions, I think I'm a lot more attuned to how influential like a production decision can be. For instance, like I can't just be the production guy just going hard when you're like writing a song,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's like all this melodic stuff in the way or whatever.
Mm.
It's like being more sensitive to what like how much of the vibe bed, let's say, do we need to write the song? How much is like going too far and like, you know, closing in the walls on somebody and what they can write.
Mm.
And also just being more involved with writing lyrics.
So just the presence that you have like in that situation, being listening, not just being in complete flow state, getting it all out from your head, like, but also there's the variable of like, okay, what's this person saying, doing, what do they want me to be supporting?
Yeah, totally. And that's
We might
also, like,
carry hold.
gauging what that is, because sometimes it's like yeah, you're a total support role.
Mm-hmm.
And then other times it's like, oh damn, there's nothing happening here. I gotta make something happen.
Right.
And, you know, and that could happen within the same session or song, you know.
Right.
So it's give and take kind of going out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just being more aware of other people.
Way.
We're getting word that we need to adjust our levels a little bit, so
Okay.
let's put a pin in that. That's a really great we've been in a lot of interesting production sessions together, so it's really cool to hear. We're good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thanks. I
You
think
sure
we're good
have.
on tech issues now. We haven't done the Zoom thing in a minute, guys. We've been all in person.
It's always me.
It's well, that's okay. We need to be good
Always
at the
guinea
remote.
pig.
Somehow, though, guinea pigs do get brought up in every single live.
They're like the best metaphor.
All right, so I think we're good. I was thinking about this the other day when we were talking, prepping loosely.
Mhm.
Your veganism seems to have kind of been coincided with your solo project in some ways. You turned vegan,
Interesting.
moved to LA, started working on your solo project, all kind of at the same time, just around the time of the pandemic starting. I remember because I went to visit you in LA before lockdown, like a couple
Oh
months
yeah,
before.
we went to Monty's.
We went to Monty.
I just walked
I
by
went to
there
Mon-
yesterday.
Oh, you went to Monty's the other day. Is that what you're saying?
No, we went together that time.
That's right, we did. I went to Monty's twice on that trip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how much I fucked with that place. But how do you think? I mean, first of all, do you think that these things are linked in some way? And second of all, I noticed doing like a kind of a deep dive into your album again that there was a line in Slowing Down where you sing, "We always talk about horticulture, what you're growing in your garden." So I wanted to ask you, one, do you think that there's some coinciding between your veganism and your burgeoning solo career? And two, what's your favorite vegan meal?
Wow. Well, Lane Banning, reading between the lines. I think it's purely coincidental, but it also might show just a big change, a period of change in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the vegan, I really just started being vegan. My brother-in-law showed me that documentary Game Changers with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. It was
He's
on
a
Netflix.
vegan?
It's like a real macho-y approach to getting someone to be vegan. But
Is Arnold vegan?
he's at least vegetarian. He might be
Okay.
vegan.
Cool.
Yeah, but I'd like kind of like that kind of makes sense. But for whatever reason, that doc just like did it for me. It was the day after Christmas. I was like, you know what? I can let me try it out for like a month, and it was so easy for me to do. I was like, I guess I don't like have strong cravings for like cheese or sweets or chocolate or dairy. And at this point, definitely not. I like don't really see myself eating meat, like land meat again, maybe fish, but
Land meat.
yeah,
That's what they called me in college.
that's right. I bet they did.
Okay. So
Yeah, and I just kind of went with it, and I was feeling so good doing it. I'm like, okay, this is great, and it's cheaper. My main reason is it's better health-wise for me, and also much better for the environment.
yeah.
Also the animals too. I know that's for a lot of people the number one reason, but not for me.
Mm,
It's like the larger global human picture for me.
right. Yeah. That's gonna be the clickbait BuzzFeed headline. Carey Clayton, not vegan for the animals.
I know. I shouldn't have said that.
Animals.
Also for the
last
animals.
item on the list when Carey Clayton divulges his veganism. No,
Yeah, you
that's
don't
okay.
never phrase things that way.
Well, the environment and the animals' like well-being, they're kind of related. You know,
Yeah.
the animals
Sure.
by
It's included in
none
what-
of their own volition are contributing to the climate issues. Cows fart a lot.
Right.
But yeah, okay, cool. And what's your favorite vegan meal? Homemade or otherwise?
Oh, well, there's this place here called Gracias Madre that's all vegan Mexican food, and they do this mole with oyster mushrooms.
Mm,
It's just like stupid good.
nice.
But my go-to at home is I make lentils all the time, and for breakfast I pretty much eat overnight oats,
Mm.
and it's
You-
just like so
You soak
nutritionally
them
dense.
overnight, and then
Yeah.
they're just
Well, you can
ready
keep them
in
for
the
like a
morning?
week.
Oh, that's great.
What's that?
How I'm curious how that works because I've been doing the quick oats. Do you just put them in
Oh,
water
yeah.
overnight and then in the morning they're ready to eat?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do it with some sort of milk though,
okay, got it.
like cashew or almond or. Plus, vegan stuff keeps longer. If you do it with regular milk, it might be kind of gross. But I usually have it for like a week. I just make a huge tub of it. Put blueberries, like all sorts of seeds.
Cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's a real vegan hack. Super
Life
easy.
hack. Cool. Well, you've played 2 back-to-back shows. One was last night at the Echo, formerly known as the Echoplex, I believe.
No. There's 2 venues.
Oh, there's 2.
Yeah. There's an upstairs and downstairs.
Oh, so the upstairs is the Echoplex and the downstairs
Yeah.
is the Echo. Cool.
The other way around, but yeah,
Okay, got it.
doesn't really matter.
Doesn't, yeah, but that's cool. So it's all in the same like facility though. They're connected.
Yeah.
Cool. And last night was a show. Did you play the same
That was-
show?
No, that
2
was
weeks-
just me playing in my buddy's band
Oh, I
called
see.
Soft Glass. I play in
Got
his
you.
band. Yeah.
Got you. Okay. In the previous week, you did a solo set.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Did both. Yeah, double duty.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, since you've been putting together your set, and we talked a little bit about like the way to, there's been a lot of a shift mentally with a lot of like solo artists in the last, like since everybody's spent so much time alone, going back into the live show is like, maybe I don't need to have a whole band and have like the crew of like people I need to call and like wrangle up for session people or whatever. And a lot of people have been like experimenting with loopers and triggering things, like you have your Ableton Push right there, like a lot of people are doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
How is your mindset towards your live set, or just the live performance thing in general changed in the last since you've been working on this album?
Yeah, well, in preparation for that show last week, I knew I wanted to really represent the production as well as I could, and make it like as simple as possible for me, because it's like a new thing for me to be doing, like singing lead for like 40 minutes. So I relied pretty heavily on like stemming out a lot of my songs. Also, like to get a band, I had my friend play drums, which just like both elevated it a lot because he's such a killing drummer, and
You forced him to, against his will.
you don't have an option. No, he willingly, at least that's what he said,
Cool, that's good.
willingly played.
Consent is
And,
very important when it comes to drumming.
Yes. And yeah, but I think trying to fill out a lot of the other stuff with the band would just be so hard, because it's all my music. There's like different sounds in each song, so it's not like a rock band that has like always an electric bass and like always a piano or something. Like what constitutes different elements of my music can like come from all sorts of different sound sources.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, okay, what are you gonna do? You're gonna get a keyboard player to like try to approximate this stuff, or like, you know, just have it in the playback and like just try to give a really good performance and like have some other live performance elements to highlight. It's also like, it just sounds better, honestly.
Using
And like people are there
beds.
to witness you perform. It's like, you don't necessarily need like a band approximating it.
Yeah, right. And
That's,
I mean,
you know, that's for
you
my
were-
music.
You have an interesting way into that because you're a producer too. Like a lot of solo artists who are front men or front women or front people aren't the ones
Yes.
also running the Ableton like session of the song. So you can
Totally.
you kind of have that unique position there where you can plan that whole thing and spend all this time behind the scenes doing that without necessarily just enlisting someone to do that, which is super cool.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I have the mixes
Yep.
of the sessions, and I would just go through each song, be like, okay, what do I want to play guitar? What, and like obviously like mute the main lead vocal, and then
What-
pretty much everything else is there.
what would be your dream stage setup? Not just musically or musician wise, but just like stage design for the ultimate, like when you're playing stadiums, which is probably like 6 months from now or so. Like what is
Okay,
the
yeah, let's set
like,
that goal.
Madison Square Garden stage design going to be for the ultimate
Yeah,
Carey
well,
Clayton show?
Maybe I need to dream bigger. I haven't thought of that yet, but
Now's the time. That's why we're here.
definitely a lot of pyro.
Hell yeah.
It makes zero sense with my music. Maybe a couple songs,
Yeah, there's some heavy shit.
but yeah, I've always liked like really like I kind of tried to approximate it with my little tiny like home projector,
Uh-huh.
but having some like additional,
You set the projector on fire.
I'll just burn that.
Yeah.
This
Like,
tiny
I
projector.
didn't have a fire machine or a pyrotechnic operator, so
It
just-
seemed like the most
just gonna
flammable
start
was
burning
my
my
projector.
gear.
Most expendable, that's for sure. I'm
So
like in the Jimi Hendrix pose with the projector, you know, at Monterey.
I'm sure you have an extra acoustic guitar you could burn around there or something.
We'll buy one for that reason.
Yeah, cool. That'd be a fun photo shoot. Okay, cool. So fire, you thinking like a spinning cage? Maybe like
Yeah,
a guinea
definitely
pig
a
hamster
live
wheel?
fight going on.
Cage match.
Just
above
an
you?
MMA match.
Okay.
That's,
Cool.
you know, spinning end over end.
That stands for mixed martial arts. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm not into that, by the way. We're joking around.
you don't like it, or you just personally don't do it. You're not a fighter.
I don't do it.
You're
I
a
get
lover.
why people are into it.
Hannah, are you
I
into MMA?
I did.
No.
I studied Krav Maga for. Oh, sorry, I didn't hear your mic.
Oh, I just said no. That's
Nope.
nope.
That's just a nope.
Nope.
That's a nope on Krav
Yeah.
Maga from Hannah. I'm surprised. I could see you really jabbing it out. What'd they
Thank
say?
you.
I don't know
Yeah.
if that's a compliment.
Okay.
But it's good to take things as compliments.
Yeah. That's true.
Just say thank you all the time.
If you take everything as a compliment, like you kind of win.
You just
Always.
win. You flip everything over.
Also a great Krav Maga technique.
Flip everything over. Yeah. That's basically what you do.
Cool. Okay, so we've got people fighting in cages or just like in front of you or behind you, just around the stage possibly, and fire. It's a good start. We'll come back to this question.
Oh, yeah, let that sink in.
Okay, speaking of, wish we planned the stream elements a little bit better. Should have asked you that question beforehand, but are you going to play some music for us? You
Sure.
down? Are you able? Without fire?
I think I'm Ableton to do that. Ouch. Yeah, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
If you weren't in LA, I
Nice.
would bring out the giant cane and just pull you
You're
off.
finished.
Cool. So tell us what you're gonna play. Can't wait.
I'm gonna play this song called "Not of Plastic." It's the first first song on this new album, but it's also the first single I put out, like March of 2020, which feels like a decade ago. But yeah, there was a lot of music in between that song and then this record, but in a lot of ways it felt like the perfect capstone to the record. It's kind of talking about how using the metaphor of like a basket of fruit on the table, where you want to eat real fruit, but real fruit actually decays and rots, but like plastic fruit is, that's just fake. So enjoy the ripe fruit while you have it, because it ultimately will rot.
A lot of vegetation
That's the vibe.
analogies on this record. I'm loving it.
A lot of fruit. Also vegan. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You nailed me. Wayne.
All right, take it away.
Cool.
Would you believe me when I say I'll change? Lost in my thoughts, unclear to explain. Talk about how we could each do better. But words soon collapse when you need them for shelter. Love is not a plastic fruit that will spoil too soon. Renewing every season, the seeds and the soils bloom. Can never last forever, either growth or decay. And love is not a plastic fruit that spoils right on the vine, the fruit was ripe. Now it's past prime, beginning to dry. Forgotten in the cupboard, hidden just behind the promises we made to keep us alive. But love is not a plastic fruit that will spoil too soon. Renewing every season, seeds and soils bloom. Can never last forever, either growth or decay. Love is not a plastic fruit that spoils someday.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Put some fire emojis in the chat for because we couldn't afford any last minute pyrotechnics. So if you
For
guys
this
are into
stage,
that.
hell yeah.
That was awesome. That was the first like virtual performance we've had in months. Thank you. It's awesome. It worked.
Virtually,
Virtually
rocked.
the same.
It's like we're virtually there.
How's it sounding in there, Jake?
All right.
Cool. Well, remind me which track had the music video that you put out recently?
It's called Thought of You.
Thought of You, and there's a lot of water themes in this. You're in a bathtub, slowly filling up with water. There's an overflowing sink.
Yeah.
What does this mean? Are you drowning in thoughts?
Ooh. Yeah. Well, do you want to show a little bit of that video? Is that possible?
Josh, is that possible?
Maybe the viewers would have a little more context.
We might be able to make this happen.
So yeah, between the water and the mannequin, there's this mannequin that's basically standing in for the, the memories of the person you lost or no longer with. And the water in a lot of that is just, kind of drowning in it in the bathtub and in the overflowing sink. That's it. That's the audio.
Do we give this one more chance to find out if we will last?
You can see the mannequin in the corner there.
Can't help thinking how all these years have gone by so fast. To have it all slip away, the years I'll never get back. If I hold on to the thought of you, will it make you stay? Or has the one I fell in love with gone away? If I hold on to the thought of you, will it make you stay? Or has the one I fell in love with gone away? Days we had so long ago, I
We're gonna
hope
pause it here, and
we can live.
Yep, there I
we're
am.
still figuring out how to use YouTube on our end. We're gonna pause. We'll come back to it in a second, but care to offer any director, producer, artist commentary so far?
Yeah. So you noticed the whole time that there's kind of like this build up with this mannequin, and that keeps progressing.
Yes.
And that's standing in as like a shadow of the former person in your life.
Who once was.
The once was. I like that single phrase.
Mhm. What did the light
yeah,
under
I
the
mean-
microwave signify?
Hmm?
Wasn't it like that pulsing light under the microwave? I think
It
was
says the
purple.
once. Oh, yeah.
What was that?
There's a lot of fun light tricks So my high school friend Daniel Madore directed this,
Mm.
and he got his buddy Jason Adler to shoot it. And between the two of them, they just had all sorts of like little lighting tricks. That one shot where it's like the mannequin in that room, kind of with a veil on it.
Mm-hmm.
That was a super lucky coincidence, because a lot of these shots are just slow push-ins or pull-outs, and if there's not any motion in it, it just like looks like a Ken Burns effect.
Right.
It just looks like you're panning through a still. But
Sure.
luckily, the like electric and whatever light was inside that mannequin like was kind of messed up, and it would just like flicker like a candle.
Oh wow, that was just like
So
a
that
happy
like
accident.
totally made that whole scene. Otherwise, it would have been really lame, just like a postcard moving in.
Right. iMovie from like 2009. Cool. I love that.
Yeah, and well, I'll tell you a little bit about making it. It was kind of nuts.
Yeah.
So this was in early May this year. Still, everything's very shut down, and Airbnbs. Well, rental houses here are pretty expensive to like find a place, and still, it's like wasn't even really what we were looking for. So I was looking on Airbnb, and there was hardly anything, and we found this house in Mission Viejo in Orange County, which is like 2 hours from here. Orange County is basically just an area of Southern California filled with like tract housing, like just cookie cutter houses. And
Also the home of where reality television was invented, essentially, right?
oh, like which shows?
Like all those
Whoa.
original ones, like before. I'm not talking like Orange County.
Like
Child.
True Life,
Yeah.
Real World, or whatever.
Yeah, all the ones where people are just stuck in a house and like the real
Yeah.
housewives of Orange County. Isn't that like one of the original ones?
I don't know, but it is a show.
Moving on. Thank you. Hang on. I think some of the
Confirmed.
like
Exists.
maybe even Big Brother. It's like there are a
Yeah.
bunch of that. There's a bunch of that out there.
But basically, I found this house. I forget. Maybe Daniel did. That had just completely empty, 6 bedrooms.
Yeah.
And it was like kind of perfect for this scene. We wanted it to look like, moving out of a house and like still kind of loose ends. But when we got there, it was like absolutely disgusting. It there was like pubes all over one toilet. There like
Oh my god.
shit stains on other ones.
What? And this
Like
was
the
like
trash hadn't been taken out. It was just like in heaps in like by the front door inside the house. Also, the whole neighborhood just smelled like septic tank.
Oh my
We
God.
found a bra with a tag still on it in the trash.
Well, that's not that disgusting. The rest of it was gross.
Yeah, but that's a vital clue. We think some porn was shot there the day before.
okay.
Yeah. One porn, please.
What? Well, that would explain the vomit around the toilet and the heaps of trash.
Pubes. Yeah.
Wait, did you say
The pubes were another. Yeah, it's just like someone had just shaved or something.
Oh, okay. Did
Ready
you say
for the big
pukes
scene.
before or pubes?
Pubes. But maybe didn't come out.
This makes much more sense now.
Yeah.
I thought you said puke.
It was
Okay.
so gross. But we like managed to do it. We shot it over 2 days. Basically didn't sleep.
Why would you rent out a 6-bedroom house to shoot a porn? Maybe they were shooting multiple porns at the same
Right,
time,
right,
trying
right.
to multi-track or something.
There it is.
Okay, so what did you do?
Well, we it's kind of crazy how it all just managed to come together despite how gross that house was.
Mhm.
But we had also decided, if you notice, it's like in square 1-to-1 ratio. It's not widescreen. That was inspired by
Instagram?
by Instagram, no. But this movie called
Mark
Ida,
Zuckerberg. Okay.
which is like this beautiful. A lot of the cinematography in it is like just these kind of vignettes, and like you know, almost like just photography with like a little bit of motion in it. And that kind of approach really felt like it fit the song. But was to our benefit having decided to do it like that is that we could hide tons of shit in the frames. Like, you know, widescreen would just show so much more. And like, you're just constantly like moving all the shit out of the way to get the next shot, you know?
Yeah. It's a lot easier
Like,
to
move
crop
the
out the
frame.
cubes when you're in 1-to-1, right?
Yeah, yeah. Just on the edges, just completely filled with pubes everywhere.
Wow. That's good to know. Okay.
Yeah, the things you don't see.
Yeah, you did. Like, I never would have guessed. It does capture the look of the you're either you've just moved out of this house and it's that like eerie emptiness when you've like just like taken all your stuff and put it in the moving truck, or it's like a house that's been like dilapidated and just like, you know, in those horror movies when there's like the grandparents' house that has all the plastic sheeting over everything and it's all dusty. That's kind of the vibes it was giving me. So
yeah,
I'm glad that
we also like we're
shout out to
thinking
Orange County for having disgusting
Orange
homes
County.
to rent. Where was this Airbnb?
Yep.
Nice.
Ended
Did
up
you give them
getting
a
half
bad
my
rating?
money back too. In exchange for not giving a bad rating, I got half my money back.
Nice. Do you take a picture of the
Those-
pubes to send as evidence?
Oh yeah. Fortunately, it's still on my phone, but yeah. Need to delete those photos now.
Can we get
I
that
don't
on
need
the
them anymore.
stream, Josh? Cool. All right. Well, yeah. If you guys want to see more of that, we'll put the link in the description after the show. So definitely check that out.
Yeah.
We're going. It's a great video. I still want to know what the sinking your hands into the sink signifies to you, though. Last question.
Yeah, that's just like kind of the last like full-on immersion into that person. And like letting it, and especially when I'm sitting under it and the sink water is dripping on me.
Yeah.
That's like just being completely, you know, engulfed in the person. But what's also funny about that sink is I guess this is a safety feature, but
Puke. Filled with puke before we got there.
it's filled with puke. Yeah, it's a safety feature. No, it like won't overflow. So there's like a lip on it. So we bought like plumber's putty and made this like little guard wall to push all the shit over so it would overflow. We had to like build a dam around the edge of the sink.
Right.
Kate Beck was helping out and she totally, that was her work of art. It was beautiful.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, no, it convinced me, but it did seem
Cool.
like the never mind. Cool.
I guess everyone can have their own interpretation.
Yeah, right. That was the first thing I thought. I was like, no overflow port on that sink. That's weird. This must be an Orange
How did
County.
they do that?
Yeah. Huh. Weird. Cool. This is my last question. Then we're going to
Okay.
play some games.
Ooh.
There are lots of awesome sounds on this record. I really enjoy. I probably listened to the full album like 3 times in the last week.
Oh, thanks, man.
There are swirly waves of distorted guitars and just like guitar harmonics that you were kind of showing us. I think the last time we did the live, you had just put out Underfoot and you were like showing us how you did the guitar harmonics and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So that's super cool. What is the weirdest thing that you recorded for this album?
I ended up using a lot of flutes in really like kind of mysterious ways, for lack of a better word.
And you just taught yourself how to learn the flute or how to play the flute.
I taught myself how to learn how to play the flute. It starts with learning.
It starts with learning. It always comes back.
If you don't know how to learn, if you don't learn how to learn, how are you supposed to learn?
Why
Yeah,
was
but,
that? You just picked it up one day.
Well, so it's funny. It's actually here. It
There
usually
it
just
is.
sits on my desk here. This is actually my mom's flute.
Oh.
She
Not
played.
bad.
I wish she would have taught me, but I was into other things at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of fun. I'm not
Can you
very
give
good,
us a
but
mini flute lesson while we're here. Can you teach us how to
Nah.
learn how to?
I'm not the guy for that.
Just like tell us how. Give us, like, the, yeah, come on.
Here's something fun.
Put some flutes in
Here.
the chat if you want Carey to teach us how to.
You want it to sound really good, really quick? Just do the flutter tongue.
Whoa.
And just
We're taking this soundboard away from you.
aggressive.
So,
But thank you. I appreciate all the wows.
You need to roll
Keeps
your
me
tongue
going, really.
to do that.
You got to be able to do the rojo,
I can't do it.
like Spanish. Can you speak Spanish?
I speak a little
Rosa.
Spanish, un poquito, but no tongue roll. Can't do the tongue roll.
That's something to work on.
I've tried.
Yeah,
so
sounds
hard.
like you're gargling.
I can fake it with a gargle.
Yeah, that's the alternate, the gargle tone.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, that's all to say. I would like record, pretty simple flute parts. One of them has a pretty hard part that I ended up like doing phrase by phrase and then just comping it together. But yeah, I would play it and like knock it down an octave, put crazy effects on it, and
Cool.
that was kind of a secret weapon with a lot of stuff.
Upstream, right? That one has the flutes.
Upstream's probably the most prominent.
It's very flute
flute.
heavy. Also, upstream, more water references. We're deconstructing the mind of Carey Clayton tonight. It's
Yeah.
great. A lot of metaphors here. The
Yeah,
return.
it's funny. There's probably things that I don't even realize, but it's just like like consciously, there's something subconscious going on with that collection of stuff. Just the zone you get into when you make stuff,
Yeah. Well, I like that. I mean, sometimes the patterns that emerge, like you don't even realize the patterns that are
Yeah.
happening until you kind of like look at it 5 years later on like a more macro level. You're like,
Sure.
oh, interesting. That was kind of
Yeah.
a consistent thing I was into. Didn't realize
Right.
I made all these vegetable and water references. Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
What do you say we play a game?
Yes, please.
Hannah, how do you feel about that idea?
I think that sounds great.
Okay. Will you I don't know what Hannah has prepared. We're going to mix it up today, and Hannah was working long and hard on this upstairs in the loft in here. And we all tried not to disturb her, so
Thank you.
really looking forward to it.
Okay.
How are you feeling?
I feel good. My game is called Dad. It is a game about dads who double as musicians.
As musicians.
Or
Very
maybe better,
specific.
musicians who double as dads.
Mm-hmm.
I like that better.
Okay.
Are you guys ready to play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Okay, I'm going to ask you 7 questions. It is multiple choice. Please don't cut me off and wait till I say the first 3 choices.
How many choices are there
3.
for each question?
Yeah.
Okay.
LMFAO's Red Foo is the son of which famous record executive? A. Smokey Robinson. B. L.A. Reid. C. Berry Gordy.
Am I supposed to answer this?
Yeah. Who answers?
Ooh. C.
Because I want to pass.
I think. Okay. I have an idea. We. You didn't think about that part.
I was
yet.
thinking you guys could like form the answers together. Like it doesn't have
Yeah,
to be
we could-
competitive. We,
we-
don't have to keep score.
We can talk about
To compete.
it. Okay.
If
You
I
did
think
say
we need.
competitive.
buzzers, but we don't. I'm gonna just buzz.
Yeah.
Oh, but you have the Zoom latency. That's gonna kill you. How
So,
about
yeah, just spot me like 100 milliseconds.
All right, yeah. Let's just alternate.
So this one's for Lane.
Well, I guess Carey pass. Yeah, I'll do you the honors. Okay, you said Barry Gordy, Motown president.
L.A. Reid and
L.A. Reid
Smokey
or
Robinson.
Smokey Robinson. All right, Jake, you're.
All right, hurry up, Lane.
I'm gonna say, see, Smokey Robinson is just too classy of a guy to have birthed LMFAO, and I also just have a. I kind of hope that the father of Motown also didn't. I'm just trying to read Hannah's face. I'm gonna say L.A. Reid.
Wrong. It's Barry Gordy.
Damn.
Isn't that wild, you guys?
That is wild. Wow.
Who would have thunk it?
Not me. Okay.
Wow. Great question.
Actress Lily Collins is the daughter of which famous musician? A. Judy. Do you know who Lily Collins is?
No. What's she in?
I'm sorry. She's in that like movie with Zac Efron about like Ted Bundy.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Okay.
Should I look her up real quick?
Josh, can you?
I'll
pull
just look
her
up a
face
photo.
on this?
Honor system.
We're gonna pull up her face.
Actually, please put away your phone. We're gonna pull up
here.
her
Yeah,
face.
get that phone away. What?
Well-
You're on your Wikipedia? What?
Well, I was just looking at the image.
Get the
I'm on
fuck
images.
out of here. Fuck out of here. Phone. Get the phone out of here.
Look, you can even see it in the stream.
What's her name?
Lily Collins.
Oh, she's a babe.
Oh, that's so tiny for me. Yeah, she looks familiar. Okay, well, maybe I can just looking on her see who she's related to.
Cool.
So what are the options?
Judy Collins, Phil Collins, or Bootsy Collins.
Definitely Bootsy.
Can you repeat the answers?
Choices are Judy Collins, Phil Collins, and Bootsy Collins.
What does her voice sound like?
I don't know that she sings, but she does speak.
Yeah, speaking. She's a speaker.
Yeah.
Or you're not gonna refuse?
No,
to
it
answer?
sounds kind of like mine.
Wow, very introspective.
Does it sound like maybe she's from a different country?
No, she's from here.
All right, I'm gonna go Judy Collins.
Oof, it is Phil Collins.
Really? I saw her at a Knicks game once. I didn't know it was her though. Phil
Okay.
Collins had front row seats to the Knicks game, and they put him on the jumbotron. They're like, Phil Collins is here with his family, and familiar.
They didn't say with Lily Collins?
No,
Wild.
just Phil. But then they
Wild.
showed
You're
the
in
rest
Phil's
of the
family, you're part
so
of the
they were just like
family.
in the periphery, and he was really embarrassed. He didn't seem like he wanted that to happen.
He doesn't like
They
the
probably
limelight.
comped him the seats or something. I don't know.
Truly.
They put you on the Megatron. Wow. Okay. So 0-0. I think.
Yeah, I'm sorry about this, guys.
No, it's great.
It's a
We're
tough one.
learning.
I'm also
We're learning.
horrible with celebrities,
We
so
had to learn how to.
it's not gonna
learn.
go well for me.
This one's for Lane. Who? That's the way the game goes. Who is the lead singer of The Strokes and the child of John Casablancas, the father of Elite Model Management?
Okay, I just had like 6 strokes listening to that question. Can you say that again?
Good choice of words.
Okay. Well, do you want to hear the names I came up
No,
with?
just say that again, like slowly.
Yeah, let's just pick a name.
Okay. Who is
Yeah.
the lead singer of The Strokes and the child of John Casablancas?
Wait, what? Just pause there for a second.
I know it.
John Casablancas is the dad.
Can I take this one?
It's
I
Julian
think I know it.
Casablancas.
Oh.
Yeah.
But wait, it's
Let's split
Yeah,
that
I didn't-
point.
the lead,
Sorry.
like the only notable thing about nobody knows that he has a famous dad.
Everybody knows that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
That's-
my gosh.
that's
Okay,
well
let
known.
me hear the rest of the
That's the only
question.
thing I've known in this whole game.
I had no idea. I only knew him as Julian Casablancas, lead singer of The Strokes.
I thought people knew him as like a New York City rich kid, and then he's
Yeah, that too.
rich because of his famous dad.
See, this is like
Yeah.
crazy because the Gen Z millennial gap is working in exactly the opposite way as I would expect it. You know more about his dad, a generation beyond, than the seminal band The Strokes. Interesting. But
Interesting.
what is the dad?
The dad
What
is
is
the
the
what
dad?
is that? The founder of Elite Model Management.
Oh,
Yeah. Mind blown. Options were Jonah Casablancas, Julian Casablancas, and Johnny Casablancas. Do you think you? Well, it's hard to say.
are those
No.
real people?
No. So,
All right, so 1-1.
Okay, I'm sorry I didn't let you finish the answers of fake people,
it's okay.
And- but good question.
This one's for Carey. What is the first name of Coldplay frontman Chris Martin's daughter? A. Cricket. B. Apple. C. Fig Pearl.
Fig pearl. What the fuck is a fig pearl? Is that one word or two
You
words?
said that with such confidence, though. Fig pearl.
Apple.
Shit, yeah.
Just sounded the best.
Okay.
Where did you get fig pearl?
I
That's
just
awesome.
thought like it sounded like a celebrity baby name.
That just came out of the depths of your mind.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
She's
amazing.
a creative. X's and O's singer 𝐂𝐿𝐄𝐄 is the daughter. Do you know 𝐂𝐿𝐄𝐄?
No, not really.
Oh, of Martin
Sounds-
Luther King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
X's and O's. I'll sing a little.
Okay, beautiful.
Can we? No, we can't play the. Okay.
Bring up a photo.
No, can you give me like
Okay.
another 8 bars?
X's and O's. That's all I know. That's
When you
one
don't
part.
know the lyrics, you go into this guttural, constipated growl. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Forgot
thought
how
it was
that goes,
being
but-
played. Okay.
It is live.
Oh.
I didn't remember how it goes though.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
what does she look like? Can I see a picture? Carrie got to see a picture.
Can we see it like a video? I'm sorry.
Why do you want to? You
I want
prefer
like
a
a
video?
small music video if we can. If we, but it's fine, obviously.
I don't know if that's
Oh,
gonna
legally,
let us.
yeah, I'm sorry.
She's probably on
Don
the record
King.
label, right? Okay.
And it means nothing to you still.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it means.
Okay.
It doesn't. I recall nothing, but she means a lot to me.
Okay. X's and O's singer 𝐂𝐿𝐄𝐄 is the daughter of which famous comedian? A. Rob Schneider. B. Kevin James. C. Jon Stewart.
Wolf.
Kind of put me on the spot here, but she is she's a curvy gal, and I'm gonna go with Kevin James, and I'm gonna stop talking before I cancel myself.
And you are wrong. It is Rob Schneider.
Crazy. Wow.
Hot
Hot Chicks. The classic. Wow. He is he's had a very interesting and illustrious career, Rob Schneider.
Yeah, he's an anti-vaxxer.
But is 𝐂𝐿𝐄𝐄 an anti-vaxxer also?
I was curious about that too, but I didn't Google it. Not curious enough.
Not curious enough. We'll never know.
We won't
If you know whether 𝐂𝐿𝐄𝐄 is an anti-vaxxer,
sound off.
sound off in the chat, please.
There's an uneven amount of questions, and I really didn't think about like the logistics of playing the
Well,
game.
we might need a tiebreaker.
Okay.
Might just be perfect.
So there are 2 more questions. So I guess this next one will go to Carey. Diva Thin Muffin is the name of which famous musician?
Diva
Okay.
Thin Muffin?
Diva Thin Muffin is the name of which famous musician? Frank Zappa, Weird Al Yankovic, or Iggy Pop?
Son or daughter? Did you say?
I cannot say.
Oh, you didn't say. I'm sorry.
Wait,
Just the child.
it's offspring? I thought it was
Oh,
like an
I'm so
alternate
sorry.
name.
Huge
What did
typo,
you
you
say?
guys. This is so humiliating for me.
That's okay.
Diva Thin Muffin is the name of which famous musician's child?
Okay.
Yeah. What did you say?
Not that.
Yeah, not that. I
that.
thought it was the name of the musician.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm,
That was
okay.
the operative
Okay.
word. I think my brain
So
was
who
telling me.
would go for that? Well,
Okay.
I mean, Frank Zappa's got Dweezil.
Mhm.
Diva Thin Muffin's not a far stretch. I don't know what the other ones.
It was Weird Al Yankovic or Iggy Pop.
We go with Iggy Pop.
Wrong. It is Frank Zappa.
I know Moon Unit.
Yeah.
I know Dweezil.
Oh, and Moon Unit, yeah.
Dweezil or Dweezil? Dweezil. Thanks, Jake. So this is the other.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm so
Diva
surprised.
Thin Muffin.
Diva for short.
Diva got very little airtime. Moon Unit was all over the news.
Seems odd, frankly.
Seems a little fishy, frankly.
Frank.
To be frank, yeah.
Can I get
Okay.
give me something, Jake? What would they call that? They call it a rim shot, right? But it's like not really a rim shot. Weird. Yeah, that's what it is. All right. So where are we at?
We're on the last question.
1-1.
How do you guys like this game?
I'm not sure I'm the right player for it.
I feel like the pause in response was telling. So
No, that was the Zoom delay.
it's the last one. How you guys are both gonna answer it together?
Yeah, I'll buzz in.
Yeah,
Perfect.
let's buzz.
Or? Foreigner. You guys know Foreigner?
Yeah.
Oh wait. Is this the tiebreaker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's write our answers down, and not reveal them, and then we'll reveal them at the same time. Is that fair?
Okay.
I don't have a pen.
So what's the question?
Okay.
Okay, wait. Josh is
Oh, Lane.
retrieving a writing
Why
utensil.
don't you just yell it out when I reveal?
No. What do you think? This is, Family Feud?
Oh, that'd be fun.
We're ready.
Show me hot dogs.
Foreigner co-founder Mick Jones' stepchild is producer A. Jack Antonoff, B. Benny Blanco, or C. Mark Ronson.
Will you repeat the question?
Foreigner co-founder Mick Jones' stepchild is producer A. Jack Antonoff, B. Benny Blanco, or C. Mark Ronson.
You have 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's Mark Ronson. Yeah.
So we tied.
Damn.
How are we going to break the tie, Hannah?
I'm sorry. I didn't think this far ahead. About
We
none
just
of
both
this.
share the gold. That's
Okay,
fine.
fair.
They did it in the high jump.
I would gladly share the podium of dads with you, of celebrity music dads. Wave to the crowd, and as they cheer, it's great. Wow, good game,
Thank you.
good work.
Thank you, Hannah.
All right, well, Carey, I think that means you got to take us out with one more tune, or two more tunes.
Cool.
If you want.
I'll play Underfoot. That's a fun one.
Cool.
It's a real rocker.
It's a real rocker. That's a real dad thing to say. It's a real rocker.
That song really rocks.
It rocks my socks off. You know what I mean?
Riggs a Dad. What a great Instagram profile, huh?
Do you remember the socks reference, Carey? It's not gonna.
Socks rock.
It's not gonna like blow your socks off.
Oh, yeah. Zeke. Zeke over at Rudy's Guitars.
That's right. That's right. Carey helped
Yeah,
me pick out.
that guitar's going to knock your socks off. Love that guy.
Love that guy.
So enthusiastic. Cool. This song's called Underfoot.
Everybody's waiting. A loss of words, and they're not sure what to say. Everyone contemplating, held with bated breath, their chests compressed. Shout stampeding through the aisle, trampled underfoot, never understood, caught up in the undertow. Smothered mouths release the shout, burst from my eyes, racing as a jumble, idioms and tumble meaning. Lost below. The focus always shifting. Relevance, irrelevant, I'm a blur. Swimming with the current, treading water, hoping out to stutter. Words from shouts stampeding through the aisle, trampled underfoot, never understood, caught up in the undertow. Smothered mouths release the shout, burst from out, releasing as a jumble, idioms and tumble meaning, lost below.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a barn burner, my friend.
Barn burner.
Nice. Cool.
Thank you.
Well, man, it's a pleasure.
Always
Lucky
a pleasure.
to be your friend, collaborator.
Likewise.
Happy to have you in the m00n fam from across the country.
Yeah.
Glad we could do this. First Zoom.
I'll be seeing you soon. I might be
Yeah.
out there.
Awesome. And likewise, I'm always
Yeah, right. come on
looking
out
for
here, man.
an LA trip. But cool. It's such a pleasure. Thanks for gracing us again with the jolt back into the Zoom thing. We still got it. Just we figured out the kinks.
Yeah.
We got to do this more.
Lot of
And
kinks.
let us not forget also, we have Diego prepared an amazing 11-minute beat challenge.
I know, so proud of you.
Due to some tech things we still have to figure out, we're not going to be able to do that today, but we're going to do a special edition mini moon live. We'll call it mini moon.
Mini moon, I like that.
Yeah, so maybe like some afternoon, maybe some nice afternoon for
Something casual.
a beat challenge, and we'll look forward to that. So thanks for joining
I
us.
look forward to that day.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for making great music. And before we go, tell us where we can find your stuff, where we can support you, where we can follow you.
Yeah, everywhere. I mean, my name is CareyClayton. Spotify, Instagram, I have a nice link tree with everything you should check out. Trying to get more people on my email list, so feel free to join that. I also send just a downloadable copy of the album for anyone who does that, if you'd like to be offline, you know. But yeah, wherever it's convenient for you to follow, that's where I am. So stay tuned for more.
We're going to be back next week with Missy McIntosh, who's an incredibly funny and talented singer-songwriter. She's been doing comedy. She has a new collaboration with some other singer-songwriters, and they put out like a monthly zine. It's really cool. So she's going to be joining us live in person. And big thanks to the Moon crew. We got Josh.
Thank you, guys.